Bred to Win, brought to you by INGLIS. Don't miss round 2 of the Easter yearling sale, Riverside Stables, July 5.
The autumn sun! He's come from last, what a superstar!
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy and welcome to Bred to Win. Coming up on this week's show, we look at the success of regular leading Victorian English Premier sale vendor Blue Gum Farm, both in the sales ring and on the track. More finalists in the prestigious Australian Stud and Stable Staff Awards. Popular racing journalist Ray Thomas in Arrowfield Studs The Horse Who Made You Love Racing. Leading Australian bloodstock agent Seamus Mills and his favourite English sales story. That's all coming up, but first, a lot of breeding news in the Cambridge Stud Bred to Win wrap. For the first time, Godolphin will offer a draft of promising young tried horses through the successful INGLIS online digital platform, with the horses included in the first INGLIS June auction, which runs from June 5 to 10. The horses are available for inspection at INGLIS Riverside in Sydney this week and contain some recent winning 2- and 3-year-olds who will be sold unreserved and with all their health records available for prospective buyers.
We at Godolphin have been monitoring the performance of these online sales very closely over the last few years, and we're constantly making decisions on our racehorses and whether we're inclined to persist with them and whether they're capable of continuing to perform at the level that we require of them. Both of the major online auction houses are expanding their online businesses, and as for most of the industry, we've been required to reassess how we disperse our stock. We've been impressed with the results that INGLIS have been able to deliver during a period of great change and disruption during COVID-19.
Yes, Sprint's a big danger.
The Godolphin draft for this upcoming INGLIS online June sale represents a great range of opportunities for all aspects of the marketplace, and what I would say about this draft in particular is that there's a lot of horses arriving at the sale in peak form, none more so than Esperance, who was a winner of a high ratings handicap at Rose Hill on Saturday, in really good style, and he's a horse that you'll notice has an issue on scope, but we've found that keeping him to the sprint trips has proved really effective for us, and the fact that he can still win in that grade in Sydney on a Saturday. We have stock that will suit all aspects of the market, from unraced to maiden winners to those that haven't won their maiden yet, right through to a horse of Esperance's quality. Flensburg was a nice winner of his maiden as a staying prospect. Certainly given our team the impression that there's improvement to come in terms of maturity and race sense, and he won nicely at Ballarat on Sunday. The Driller was unlucky not to add a second victory in succession at Geelong on Friday. He's by Sea the Stars, whose stock tend to enjoy getting out over ground and time, and obviously he's out of top class race mare in Shamal Wind. Perhaps a few that are little under the radar, a horse like Goldwyn's a late foal, won his maiden in provincial grade in New South Wales 2 starts back, and certainly gives the impression there's room for progress there. And Secretively is another yearling that we purchased who broke his maiden on the Kensington track in Sydney in metropolitan grade, so that suggests that he's a horse with potential upside. Over the years, a number of Godolphin clients have enjoyed great success buying out of the Godolphin draft. Probably the highlight of those is Sontag, who was sold at the end of his 2-year-old season and went on to win the Group 1 Queensland Derby for Henry Dwyer. Tricolour syndication team bought Pecans as a filly out of the draft and developed her to winning 2 group races and a very valuable broodmare prospect as a result. And I focus on a horse like Ligulate, who for great clients of ours in the Morgans at Tamworth, they won their hometown country cup this year, and he represented them in the country championships at Randwick. So there are real opportunities in these drafts, as I mentioned, at whatever level. And these horses have had a great start to life. They're well bred. We're very committed to full transparency in terms of transferring any information of significance for these horses. As a result, the buyers can invest with real confidence that they know what they're getting. We wish their prospective purchasers the best of luck in bidding and look forward to following them from here.
The May Inglis online digital sale topper was the High Chaparral mare de Jiva, a close relation to Goldacova in foal to Juddmonte sire Kingman. She was bought by Tim Stakemeier for $200,000 for Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa.
Here's Almeida now, Christian Demera, the light blue.
ASSSA has confirmed its French 2,000 guineas winning son of declaration of war, Almeida, will stand at their Queensland base in 2020 at a fee of $16,500. And 2 new stallions have been announced for Victoria. The 4-time group winner Cliff's Edge will stand at Wrangell Park Stud at a fee of $6,600, while Sebring, Sandown Guineas and Carbine Club Stakes winner Ring-a-Ding Ding will stand at Windholm Park for the same fee.
But Dawn Passage has taken over.
DOOMBEN was the focus of Australian stakes racing this week, with Dawn Passage continuing his sensational autumn form, taking out the Group 3 Fred Best Classic. Bidali's former shuttler Dawn Approach, who won 4 Group 1s including the English 2,000 guineas. Dawn Passage is from Dermody Stakes winner Raja Lane, whose sire Devaraja was by Sir Tristram from Captivan. Dawn Passage was an Inglis Premier Sale graduate sold by South Australia's Mill Park to Adrian Bott, Gay Waterhouse and Blue Sky Bloodstock. The Group 3 chairman's handicap went to Dan Silly's Le Juge for OTI Racing, with Chris Waller remarkably training the first 6 across the line. $40,000 Inglis Classic graduate Vanna Girl won the listed Pam O'Neill Stakes, having been sold by Vinery Stud to Edmonds Racing. She's by Husson from Redute's Choice mare Logan's Choice from the family of naturalism. 2-year-old Bill Carter Stakes winner September Run was the 5th winner from 7 starters and the 3rd stakes winner from Blue Gum Farms' 2019 Inglis Melbourne Premier Yearling Sale Draft, with Blue Gum featuring shortly on Bred to Win. She was a $380,000 yearling sold to the Coolmans and Hermitage Thoroughbreds. Scalopini was another stakes winner for champion sire Snitzel, a $200,000 Magic Millions buy for proven thoroughbreds from Yarraman Park, a grandson of Lightfinger stakes winner Lady Milan. And Shalwa was a great result for bloodstock agent Seamus Mills, who also features later in the show, with the daughter of O'Reilly and granddaughter of Flitter winning the listed Helen Coghlan Stakes for the mares.
Yeah, but Woo Gok, way too good in the Lord Mayor's Cup.
It was a stakes double for Hermitage Thoroughbreds and the Coolmans, who bought Saturday's Lord Mayor's Cup winner Woo Gok from Widden Stud at the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale for $120,000. The son of Sebring and half-brother to Wendy and Marcel from Madrid, from $1.6 million broodmare Lipari, led home a trifecta of Chris Waller runners in the Rosehill feature. And having sired Golden Slipper winner Farnan, Arrowfield Start's Not a Single Doubt has another promising young horse, with Anders taking out the 2-year-old event at Rosehill, having been a $670,000 Magic Millions yearling buy for Aquis Farm.
Perfect Jewel over towards the inside, runs on.
In Perth, the Group 3 Belmont Sprint was another success for a daughter of the late champion sire Redute's Choice, with Perfect Jewel from the stakes-winning Jeune mare Star Encounter. Perfect Jewel is a full sister to stakes winner Royal Star and half-sister to dual Perth Cup winner Star Exhibit. And at Caulfield on Saturday, the 2-year-old event was won by the son of street boss Valaquenta. From the Redute's Choice mare Yavanna, he's a half-brother to Kementari and to Tel Perion, who stands at New Zealand's Westbury Stud.
But Contrail's got the upper hand.
One of the highlights of world racing, the Japanese Derby, was won in sensational style by a potential Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe contender, Contrail. The unbeaten son of Deep Impact may, however, be aimed at following in his champion sire's hoofprints in a bid to win the Japanese St Leger in October and secure his country's prestigious Triple Crown. While US Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh had a French stakes winner on Sunday, with the €1.1 million Coolmore yearling buy Ocean Atlantique winning the same Deauville race won last year by subsequent French Derby winner Sotsas.
Ocean Atlantique could hardly have done that more comfortably.
The winners of the 2020 Australian Stud and Stable Staff Awards will be named in a virtual ceremony on June 17, so we thought we'd bring you a little bit more about 2 of the finalists. Sticking with workers in the breeding industry, we start with Wendy Smith of Blue Gum Farm and ALYSSA Pickles in the newcomer category from Kitchwin Hills.
I've been at KITCHWIN for almost 2 years now and I'm a stud hand. I started off in the fast track program through the thoroughbred breeders and I did my placement at KITCHWIN Hills. KITCHWIN Hills is an amazing place to work for. Everyone is very supportive and it's just a big family. It's great to work for someone who's done so well in the industry. Every day is different for me and I like the variety. In the season we are always busy foaling down mares, or we scan mares every day to see where they are in their cycle. I work a lot with the foals once they've been born or if they're sick or injured. I love being able to work with horses every single day, and I also love the variety of being able to do different things and trying new things. I love being able to help the sick and injured horses, but most of all I love working with the foals and seeing how they grow and develop. I feel very honoured to be nominated for this award, not just for me but for KITCHWIN Hills as well. I'd like to thank Mick and Pauline for the nomination, as well as Celia Gorman. She's been a main person in getting to where I am today, and I'd just like to thank them all very much.
I applied for a job at Blue Gum Farm in the yearling barn 8 years ago, January. I started January the 1st 8 years ago. I originally wasn't yearling manager, I just came in as another team member, and 12 months later I was yearling manager. Blue Gum Farm's been great. They're very supportive, very family orientated. When I started, my son was, a young teenager, and they're all about family, so if I needed anything to do with him, they were fine with that. They have a family themselves, children, so they know what it's like to work and have children, and family comes first sometimes. I normally come in around 5 o'clock to feed the barn so that the yearlings have a time to eat their breakfast before the routine starts. Everyone else comes in at 6. And then we start putting horses on the walker and lunging horses that need lunging. We do a lot of hand walking, parade practice, and in the afternoons, because it's usually summer when we're doing Premier Prep, is spent washing, grooming, pulling manes, doing all the pedantic stuff to get them looking beautiful. And the mornings are spent getting them behaving. They're long hours but rewarding. I often think, I wonder what I'd be doing if I didn't do horses, and I couldn't think. My worst nightmare is retiring eventually and not having a horse in my life. That would be tough. There's hundreds of people that work behind the scenes that, they're slogging it out behind the scenes without wanting any recognition, as I just do what I do, but I think it's great that we're brought to the forefront. As I always say, it's great that farms employ people, but their farms wouldn't run without the people behind the scenes either.
And we'll have more ASSA finalists on next week's show. Coming up after the break on Bred to Win, bloodstock agent Seamus Mills and a great English sales story. And the dedication and professionalism it takes at Blue Gum Farm to be the leading vendor at the English Premier Yearling Sale year after year.